Welcome back to another episode of Talkin Shit ATL with your host Amanda Ellenberg
and I'm Prodigy Q.
And then you know who's over in the corner, so we ain't gonna talk about it.
Absolutely.
But you know the importance in life and pivoting is pivotal.
Yeah.
So, you know, we are going to have a different episode rocking for you coming soon. But today we pivoted and took the challenges that we had in front of our face and made a decision for the best outcome possible. Mm-hmm. So, we won't share too many details until later, but bitches, y'all better come for this because we love this game and we want y'all to love this game.
Absolutely. This is our first time doing it in the new year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I don't even think we did it that much last season. Like, not as much.
Yeah.
Because we played a bunch of different games. So we're bringing back our Schmarziest Shishmanity. Mm-hmm. And they need to sponsor us at this point.
For real. For real. Somebody.
But we're doing it as if it was like our horoscope prediction for the year.
Yes.
Like,
which, if you don't know, tune in last week's episode, 2 weeks ago episode.
Yeah, the last episode.
Yeah. To see what those were. And I'm still really anxious to see like how those play out by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I still been like thinking about it, like, you know, in the back of my head, like what it kind of says, especially like in going to this kind of first quarter of things.
Yep.
So we're gonna see. But so far it's been a good year actually. So far, you know, a few couple weeks in, I say we're in a good place. Yeah,
for sure. Okay. I think so. It's only gonna get better. Okay.
Yeah.
So for this one, there's no number of cards that you need to grab. Grab to your heart's content, and then I guess I'll go ahead and grab yours now. And then, do you want to do this one? Hey, let's do this one where we don't look at them.
You don't
and
look at them?
We create the story one by one. Let's just try around like that.
What?
Where the first card is the start of your story.
Okay.
Don't look at them. You're trying to cheat.
I wasn't trying to.
The first card is the start of your story. And then each card you see, that's the next part of your story.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this many then, because I don't know what.
So then we won't even have to think about it. It's just whatever the universe laid out for us.
Talk about like a curveball. Like this makes this interesting.
Yeah, and
before I can look at it, I can really think like, okay, I can put these together. But this is gonna be wild. Yeah,
I think sometimes it's better when we like don't think about it. Yeah. So let's try.
Let's go try it.
Okay, you ready?
Okay, this is a new way.
You can go ahead.
I gotta start. Okay.
I can start.
Okay, go ahead. Start.
Okay. So this year has already been, you know, challenging but amazing and leading to more opportunities. And with more opportunities comes not giving a shit about the third world. Can't care about it. You can't. First world problems only. Only allowed. That's how I like to think in this United States. So you start with that, and then you gotta get a second. This is like your next step after not giving a shit about the third world. You think about the inevitable heat death of the universe. You're like, I mean, this bitch is on fire. It's going to happen. Not only am I going to die sometime, the world is dying. And it's also going to die. So, like, who gives a fuck about anything? Like, I should not give a shit about anything. The third world and all. The whole world. And so, you know, you really take that in. And then you start explaining how vaginas work. And then, you know, I feel like there's not enough vag talk in the world. So maybe if we just spice it up and really teach, like sex ed doesn't really teach how it works. And that's why none of these straight men can really get it going on down there, you know? Like, and orgasms are at an all-time low, you know, and we just need to get our women coming 2025.
Absolutely.
But not pregnant 2025.
Absolutely.
So.
I love that statement.
Yeah, or any people with vaginas. So to do that, you have to you're braiding 3 penises into a Twizzler. So then you make sure that, you know, they're bound in each other enough that no cum is going to come out. Like, they are bound in and out, so all the cum is tucked inside, and it's not going inside you. And then you just fling that Twizzler around, and then that will help with the orgasm pandemic and or epidemic, and also keep you not pregnant. But the final step to, like, really creating the 2025 that you want and deserve is a salad for men that's made of metal. Because we're gonna murder the men. You better change identities right now.
Which is actually a brutal way to go. I mean, guys just feeding them salads of metal, braided the penises and the Twizzlers. Like,
that's my ideal 2025.
This is not the 2025. I thought for the first world. I thought more was in order.
Yeah. That's the first world side. Then the third world, you just let them have their penises and leave them alone.
Absolutely. Well, I hope that my 2025 is a lot different. Hopefully it's where men get to live. I mean, that's always a start. I would love that. Just let's live, I guess. But mine really start with, as a new year is, so banning things, and the first thing I think that we should ban in order to make change in 2025 is soup that is too hot. Because listen, you got to spend longer to blow the soup to cool it down than it is to eat the soup. I mean, what are we doing?
We got to spend time blowing other things.
Absolutely. This is a year of blowing things that's not hot soup.
Period.
And so as we continue throughout the year, the goals is that people will continue to have will be meeting the needs of the resolutions that they made and seeing the changes in themselves and whatever it was that you guys decided you wanted to accomplish this year. And one way that can happen is by listening to Nickelback. You know what I'm saying? Listen to a little Nickelback, and I'm telling you, likes, worries, and fears will just wash out the window. Because the soothing sounds of Nickelback will allow you to really draw into who you are as a person. And once you listen to the discography of Nickelback, it will leave you a crippling debt. But that's good. But that's because you listen to too much Nickelback and you didn't go to work. And the thing is that you still have to do the necessary steps and work in a prosperous year. You can't just think about, all of like the good, I'm just leaning onto that. Or all of, those kind of things. Like, you still have to really put in the effort and the work.
And you want to humble yourself, So start it from the bottom and then you're going to be there.
It's okay. It's okay to work. Not everybody can make it as a social influencer, and that's okay. TikTok almost went down and the whole US of A almost stopped talking about first world problems. It was wild. It was wild. And so to eradicate this problem, instead of spending, more time on TikTok, we need to spend more time with magnets. Because with magnets, we need to be like the magnets. You know what I'm saying? Drawn to one another. All of this separation and all of, these things that just keeps us away from each other, we don't need to be that, okay? In 2025, in order for us to make it in this world and in this country, is that we're going to have to connect to each other just like magnets. And that's what we need for a prosperous 2025.
Yes, period. Yours is a lot less violent.
So instead of men eating metal, having the pieces tied
to a Twizzler,
we took like a Twizzler.
Tight. I know.
Magnets, man.
But
I didn't know where any of that was going. Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know where mine was going either. I didn't know I was going to continue. Some of it worked.
It did work.
It did work. Like, cool, makes sense.
Great.
But that was fun. I like that version. I like it not thinking about it too.
I will do that one again.
Let's do it again. And also, as a reminder, since we didn't give this disclaimer, if you haven't joined us for game day, this is all in fun and fake and not real plans, and we don't stand by doing any of these things. It is all a joke, and we're We just have dark humor.
Absolutely.
And so that's what we do. I'm not actually going to tie penises into a Twizzler in case you were wondering.
But I do want us to connect with each other like magnets.
Yeah.
That's the real proverb.
That is the truth.
Yeah, that's real.
It's so funny that you went there because as soon as you pulled the card, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, we're being magnetic with each other and the energy is flowing.
That's what we go with. Okay. This is really fun, you guys. I really say, take the time and play this. It's really fun. Every time we play it, you just never know.
Yeah.
And with a group of people, because they do a group, it's so fun.
We've done it a couple times with a group of people. Before you pull anything and do anything, pick a black card and let that be your leading story thing. So we already did our 2025, right?
You should turn the right way. Okay.
And then the black card is like your question for the story. Like it leads your story, okay?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
All right, I'm going to start. And I'm saying, here we go, guys.
Okay.
I never know what's going to happen. Okay. What would grandmama find disturbing yet oddly charming? Well, I tell you about this one story. I was playing outside with my friends, and grandma came over, and you know, it was a good time because we play with friends. Like, she knows that we're going to be hungry and all things. So of course she's in the house cooking and things, you know. And so she happened to look out the window, check on grandkids and the rest of the kids in the neighborhood, and she saw Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
Right? You know what I mean? And it's like, oh
just
my
in
god, it's in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Hanging out doing what Nicolas Cage does best. And so of course grandma was like, oh my god, it's Nicolas Cage. Gotta invite him in for some of these grandmama cookies, and this great meal I'm making, because who wouldn't see Nicolas Cage and not invite him in? And so Nicolas Cage comes in. Signs out a grass for everybody, like it's a whole big thing. Like, he's amazing. And
signs your cookie with ice cream.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, he's kind of going on doing this thing, and then he just like does something like completely odd. Like nobody thought he was going to do this. He had alcoholism.
Wow.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Nicolas Cage was struggling with alcoholism. Until he pulled out like 2 big bottles, like, yo, we got to get the party going. Grandma was looking crazy. The kids are like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. You know what I mean? So, needless to say, shots start going around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me talk about the story, because again, there's a lot of underage people. But, and again, this is fake stories. All fake stories. Fictional. Nicolas Cage would really never do this. But listen, it was a lit time. And so, out of nowhere, 1,000 Syrian refugees.
10,000?
10,000 Syrian refugees. Cage stormed because they knew Nicolas Cage was here, right?
And your grandma's cookies.
And grandma's cookies, because grandma cookies are good. So it was wild because apparently he got their kids lit as well. Like, Nicolas Cage apparently is the life of the party. Like, that's needless to say is what we're saying is, like, he's the life of the party. And so they came with vengeance in their heart and wanted to be like, hey, why are you going around, doing this to people? So this case then has a fart so powerful that it wakes the giants from their 1,000-year slumber. So now these giants are coming up out of the ground, it's rumbling. This crazy Syrians are like falling over.
10,000
right. And then they all barrage at these giants. You see, it's like ants, like 1,000 ants onto like a bird or something. Like it's the wildest thing. Like they're climbing up, they're beating him. It was insane. You know what I'm saying? And like at the very end, like it was bloodbath everywhere. Like it was insane. And so out of nowhere, Batman comes. Batman comes, okay, saves the day, okay, because that's what Batman does, okay. He comes and saves the day, okay. Nicolas Cage gets away. Like, for all we know, he's partying out with people right now. We don't know. Nicolas Cage, holla at us. Let's know what he's doing right now these days. You're great to know. And and again, Grandma found this, oddly disturbing, but
so was
charming.
It the alcoholism fart that was the disturbing and charming, or Batman?
No, it was actually the fact that she was just drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's not talking about her life.
Like, I'm just scared by my own self.
Yeah, she's like, you know what I'm saying? And listen, mix that with her medication.
Yeah.
Grandmother thought all this was a dream.
It's like when I don't know if anybody or you have ever been, like, drunk in the mirror, but whenever I look at myself, I'm like, it's been obviously a while, because I'm still sober, but whenever I was drunk in the mirror, I'd, like, look at myself and, like, laugh. You're like, you look great. And I'm like, you're so beautiful.
Right, exactly.
You should know that.
Exactly.
You're hot, dude. Yeah.
Exactly. We were trying by Batman. I mean, listen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No greater hero. I said it. You know?
Period. Nicolas Cage was the kid's
the
hero.
kid. Yeah, come on. Batman was great. Listen, man, it was a good time.
Oh my god. I love that. Okay. Oh, and also feel free. I've been meaning to tell you for a while now. I always forget while we're doing this. Just like how, well, first of all, if you don't want me to, I won't interrupt your story times. But also, if you want to, feel free to interrupt mine. Yeah, always. Literally, anytime I'm talking, feel free to interrupt me, because that's how my ADHD works. Like, I interrupt people, and so I want the same in return.
Okay, bet. I like that. Okay.
Because I don't mean to be rude. I'm just excited.
Okay,
so,
great.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Good stuff.
Okay, so
my commentary is great.
What is
my commentary is great
Yes,
already.
I know.
Open me up.
I know. That's why I'm like, give it to me.
Let's go. Cool.
Period. Okay. And if there's ever a time where you're like, shh, then let me know. Okay. So ready. The new Chevy Tahoe with the power and space to take blank everywhere you go. So where's the Chevy Tahoe taking what everywhere you go? It's taking something everywhere you go. I tell you what, and you know what it's taking? Liberals. It is taking liberals. They're the only ones that would want a Chevy Tahoe because of the amount of space, so they can travel from their conferences.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah, and their TikTok meetups.
Yeah. The work of liberals are lucrative, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know,
Chevy Tahoe.
Yeah,
Strong.
Chevy liberals, they've always gone hand in hand. And with those liberals, what else are we taking? We're taking Ruth Bader Ginsburg brutally gaveling your penis. Gaveling. She's rising up from the dead, y'all. And she said, oh, there's penises in here. Gavel, gavel, gavel. Get them out. Bye-bye. No penis no more.
Not the liberal
and that's
penises.
What they always say about liberal penises.
Damn.
And after she's done gaveling, so we make some more space, the penises get out of the way. Then we're also going to take a Mexican in the Tahoe.
Absolutely.
You know, the power and space to take Mexicans, liberals, and flatten penises everywhere you go. Let's see what else we can fit in that Chevy Tahoe, shall we? Also, there's a fuck ton of almonds. Because if there's one thing I know about liberals, they fuck with some almonds. They're squeezing them in the back, making some milk. They are ready. Organic out the ass, okay? Period. They got thirsty. They have a snack and a drink all in one. For sure. And mixed in with the flattened penis juice.
It's because of a long ride, clearly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not for those penises anymore, because they are flattened. Right. But otherwise, and then, you know, one thing about these little new trucks, is they like to be super cybery and IT. They like to be freaking robots, man. And what better robot to introduce something that, you know, all Americans still love and celebrate? Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook will rise. Facebook is really good for community. Community building.
Facebook is on it. And real talk, Facebook is on the outs, okay? It still have a MySpace situation where it no longer exists.
I'm still on Facebook. I don't care what nobody says. We are proud. We are proud of Facebook.
I'm still on Facebook, but we were trying to plan my high school reunion, and literally so many people were like, I don't have a Facebook, so I can't come. I'm like, bro, literally the only reason I've kept my Facebook after all these years was for this high school reunion.
Pretty funny.
And a few other groups. And when I'm looking for a roommate, those are what I use. Facebook.
Good groups. There are some great. I mean, some great groups in Facebook.
Yeah,
amazing.
Real talk. I think groups are the only thing, and sometimes marketplace are the only thing keeping it going. Because you don't have. There's not another space where you can have groups like that and communicate like that on like smaller scale, but an infinite amount of people in the group, like on any other platform, at least at this point that I know of, that's mainstream.
Get some groups. There are some really
there actually are really some good Facebook groups.
Different niches. If you're trying to get into new things, interesting things, like there's groups for everything. I found a group for DoorDash, which is very interesting. Oh, the stories that's shared between people who actually use DoorDash on a consumer level and people who drive as well, because they both be in the chat, so you just see. Yeah, all the tea.
Yeah, there's some wild things that happen in some of my friends' groups. But I do have a friend that has a group on Facebook that is like a reality show group. And I don't know why they're still a part of it, because like almost every time they get the ending ruined for them because they open their Facebook in that group.
Really? Like, the wildest thing that happened in the Facebook group. Here we go. I'll play it right now.
Okay, there you go. The wildest Facebook group. There we go.
I really kind of like that black card.
I like a freeform. Yeah, I like it too.
You put it in there?
You will go off. This is your black. This is your black card right now, because you already said it. If you want to.
Okay.
The wildest Facebook group.
Okay. What happened in the wildest Facebook
group?
Okay. So I'm in this Facebook group, and it's so crazy. You just scrolling on through, looking at the different posts that people put up, and this one caught my eye. I'm blaming the algorithm. It caught my eye, caught my attention, and it was a man on the brink of orgasm. Now it was wild. It caught my attention. It's like, yo, what is going on
I have to watch
here? Because how did we get here? What's happening? Why is my algorithm showing me this? But clearly, they be listening. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I click on it. All right, you know what I'm saying? And not know what to expect. And as soon as I click on it, there were women of color, all different kinds of color, walking through.
Are they watching the man on the brink of orgasm or participating?
They were more so watching. It seemed like it was more so for his entertainment only.
Yeah, like a bird's eye view.
Yeah. And so, watch them like, yo, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a brink of orgasm, women of color around. Like, what is going on? Like, I need some type of further explanation, because at this point, I'm kind of locked in. You know what I'm saying? Once you go past the 3 seconds, you got to see what happens. So then Steve Bannon comes through.
Don't know who that is.
I don't know who Steve Bannon is either. So now I'm over here thinking to myself, oh my god, who? It was Steve Bannon. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was a man who looked like he comes through. And we're trying to figure out who he is, because at the time, I had no clue. So I'm like searching. I'm looking like, who's Steve Bannon? Why is he here?
He's a former White House chief strategist.
So listen, it's him. Clearly, it's
all conspiracy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild, because it's like, yo, what are you doing? You're supposed to be doing. Like, this is not the strategy for the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is really happening? And so, basically, we find out that this person is actually addicted to tentacle porn. And let me just say that basically, I'm no longer in that group.
Yeah.
Backed out. You gotta be careful.
One and done.
What you see, because apparently, and actually, let's go back to all of this was AI. So it was all fake. It was all crazy. But the AI is getting so real these days. So you really never know what could be real and what could be fake. So luckily, this isn't the case. And this was all a facade. And those.
Ain't that the damn truth?
You gotta be, so some of these groups you gotta be careful with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
You don't want to see that.
Yeah. That's funny. I imagine with the tentacle porn, I really imagine like all the women are like attached as tentacles, and then
they're just crazy.
It's like an octopus, but of women. attached to
I had
the
no clue
to the banana octopus. I don't know.
where that was going.
Yeah, I love
Wow.
it. I love it. Let's do. Hold on. Let's see how much time we have. Okay, yeah, we got time for like maybe one more each, or maybe we'll do one together at the end.
Okay,
Maybe
cool.
I do this one. We'll do one together.
Okay, cool.
We're trying to get better about our episode timing, so you'll see the transition. Okay, so this is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a
That's how it's written. It's so written.
laying an egg. Yeah. If you thought eggs were good for you, joke's on you, buddy. Because once that egg, there is a conspiracy of an egg that is an all-world, first world, third world, second world, fifth world problems ending egg. Okay? So once you lay it, becomes the golden egg of death. And that's the start of the world ending. That's how you really know.
Oh, man. So
it's starting.
Oh, it's starting with... Oh,
Yeah, so it's starting with laying the egg, laying the death egg,
and
right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the egg just
So
like
metaphoric,
continues
basically.
to get bigger and bigger until it is the size of the whole globe and starts to encompass it. And you know, when it starts to actually encompass it, the next part is including NBA superstar LeBron James. Because we have to save LeBron.
We have to say
you
LeBron.
know,
Say LeBron at all
and,
costs, for sure.
and LeBron needs to go back to space again, but this time in real life. You know?
Yes.
Right? Oh, am I not wrong?
You know, you're right. You did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
So you can go on there.
Yeah, okay. And we just need to bring him back to space. He deserves to live there permanently. It looked like such a good time. So he deserves the afterlife of space. The only one, though, I will say. At least thus far that we're thinking of. Because there could be more. I don't know. Except for him. Okay, but we're still laying the egg. We're still encompassing the earth. And then, next are African children.
Absolutely.
We gotta save the African children as well.
To save the African
so,
children.
LeBron James, African children, they're the only ones making it, moving to Mars, right? Then let's see what else happens. They all want to switch to Geico before they go because they need good life insurance policies.
And insurance on the spaceship.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. And you know, they're building this whole like thing on Mars, so they're already... First thing they're going to start with is banks, of course, and like financial institutions. So they have to switch to Geico, get their good deal on life insurance, just in case, you know, in their travels to space, they ended up not making it. They can go to their other African children friends, you know? But, you know, then finally we are reaching the end of saving, and then LeBron just, he really, like, needs to get his frustration out with, like, him being the only adult surviving to leave, and the children are also crying because they're leaving their families and they're not going to see them again. Like, they are still surviving, but they're not going to see their families. And so LeBron's like, let's all let off some steam. And I have a perfect idea for that. I am going to be jerking off into a pool of children's tears. Right before the world ends. So that's how it ends.
Crazy.
Starts with an egg, ends with jerking off into children's tears.
Absolutely.
That's how I heard it in the Bible.
That's so crazy. What's crazy is that it's like the end, and then it still forms another planet, and then we still somehow back starting with Africa. And I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because remember Pangea, bitch.
right.
Oh my god.
So it really almost seems like in the end the world actually starts to the same Big Bang, like
it just
it's almost like
travels the planet. It just like goes to Mars, and then the Earth will be eaten by that egg in the end. Once they all go.
But it was so metaphorical, even with the egg. 'Cause you think about a lot of these issues we have was egg size at one point, and look how it's growing into these things. You know, like
has grown into the death egg.
This game right here.
Life lessons.
Less
baby.
lessons. They be knowing.
You got to think deeply about it.
But put the cards together.
Yes. And that's so funny in the order that went. I really love this because it's just choosing the order.
It is. It's so crazy.
It's crazy how it's matching up. Okay, so let's see.
Okay.
I want to see if we can find a black card with 2 answers, and then we each. I'm taking 3.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find a black card with that. And sorry if y'all heard the alarm, but you know, we're trying new things. Deal with it. I love you though. But let's see. If this isn't 2, then let's just see what we can make it. But hopefully it's 2. Hey Reddit, I'm blank. Ask me anything. Boring. Okay.
I love it.
I could already have more fun doing that on actual Reddit.
Right.
The groups that I'm in. But let's see. Bravo's new reality show features 8 washed up celebrities living with. Do you want to try that one?
That's right.
A reality show? Okay, we can do that. That'll be fun. Okay. So
8 washed up celebrities living with
blank.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do one each.
Show features. Okay. 8 celebrities living with deep dark secrets that they never told anybody. And so one celebrity who's going to again remain nameless at this time revealed on the first episode that they love solving their problems with violence. Now, I will talk about this particular star that we talk about does have a history with potential, violence, allegedly, we never know. And so nobody was really surprised by this news. It wasn't until they revealed
that they also they revealed all the dudes that I fucked. They brought them all in a line because they also wanted to solve their problems with violence with the dudes that I fucked, but they want to make it personal. And they wanted these dudes getting the violence to all stare me in the eye and think about our sexual encounter. And that's how they really just it was like a bonding, let's get to know each other icebreaker that they thought of. So it's the best way to start.
So this other celebrity seeing this, who also has their own fair share of things they didn't disclose, decided that the arrival of the pizza was at that moment. They ordered a little DoorDash. They was hungry. All this fight was going on. They tried to figure out who slept with who, what's going on. They got a little hungry. So they went to go get the pizza from DoorDash.
Yeah, you always want a snack when there's fighting going
absolutely,
on.
Absolutely.
For sure. Throwing hands, eating pizza.
Yeah.
And then someone was really jealous about the pizza because, they were busy fighting. So they couldn't handle punching and eating at the same time. So they were really pissed about it, honestly. And then they just started thinking about the past. Yeah. They were like, wow, this brings me back to my childhood when my brothers and I were fighting it out and I never got left a slice of pizza.
It reminds me of that one movie. That one movie, and they end up leaving the boy home while they went to Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alone at Home. I think it was called.
Absolutely. Never got that meat. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Good time. Great times. And the thing about those kind of movies that they bring the family together. These kind of fights bring the celebrities together. And as they all came out to share in pizza and to watch people fight, they also were seething with quiet resentment.
Yes.
That resentment was eating them up because they thought to themselves, hey, why isn't anybody fighting us,
Right.
Why isn't anybody, making sure that we got in the pizza, So they're just, it's just almost steep out the pores. You could feel the tension going in the room. Like, it was insane.
And then there's just like this big explosion. Like they're seething for a while. And they're like, I can't fucking take this shit anymore, man. I have hit my glass ceiling. And then they actually hit the glass ceiling. And it was death by 1,000 cuts. And that's the season finale to the reality show, the death by 1,000 cuts.
Right, because that's the name of the show too, the death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They signed a waiver.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
Really, it's their fault if they didn't want that end.
Absolutely, but the beauty of it is their legacy lived on. You know, always remember all their works.
Yes.
You know?
Period. Okay, I want to do one more quick one.
Okay, go.
And because I want to end on a banger. That one was good,
it was
but
okay.
it wasn't the best.
We can do better today, you guys. We can do that better for y'all. You know?
We just need better cards. Okay, so wait. What do you want to do on this one? Do you want to just look at these 3 cards and pick one card that goes with this? Or do you want to do another blind round?
Blind.
Okay. Okay, so our question is, what is George W. Bush thinking about right now?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that is on everybody's minds.
Every day. That's my top priority, is to find out that answer.
I saw that card and I'm actually kind of mad that I threw that away before.
Oh my God. Read what it was.
It was pretending to care.
Oh my God.
That is perfect.
I thought it was one of the ones that actually said George Bush.
Oh, no.
So what is he thinking about right now? Let's see. He is thinking about inserting a mason jar into my anus. Because that's always been like one of his big dreams, you know? And he's shoved many a things into an anus, but not a mason jar yet. And he wants to have a little experiment.
Absolutely.
And have a little taste when he takes it back out.
Yeah.
See what's left in the jar.
Absolutely. And I know he's having these thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Because his homie JC just passed, you know, fellow constituents and you know, kind of thing. And it's unfortunate, you know, it's unfortunate. And so, you know, as what happens when you lose the level, sometimes you start thinking about all the things you have yet to do and have not done, you know, being inserted mason jar into anuses and those kind of things. As well, we cannot forget thinking about just the silence. You know, just sometimes you have to absorb and take in the silence, take in the moment, you know, and that's a big fact. You know, no matter what you're thinking about, sometimes it's just to take in the moment. Yeah.
And once you're done with the silence, that was your card, right? Yeah. Okay, once you're done with the silence, you got to move on, ramp it up a little bit. So, next, you go from mason jar anus, silence, then what's next? Vomiting seafood and bleeding anally.
Because clearly there's a thing with anuses.
Yeah, exactly. And like, he specifically wanted me to have seafood before that mason jar was in my anus. That's what he's imagining. So then, you know, he likes the taste of blood. So like, he
mentioned that in our blood kink, pregnancy, not sex.
Yeah,
episode.
Exactly.
So,
go back and check it out.
Yeah, check out the thing.
So he just, you know, he wanted a little taste. But he did not want blood from my skin because it's an ass fetish at the same time. So mixing the two is like his biggest life drain, basically. So that's what he's thinking about. What else is he thinking?
You know, we have anuses and bleeding anuses, and you know, so it's a lot of ass. So clearly, thinking about ass. You know, and what you thought about, you know, ass in various ways, you get a little hungry, and so you're
already vomited the seafood,
right? So now you're thinking about, okay, what can I eat? You know, so he's thinking about his next meal, which is a good sniff. You know what I'm saying? Because listen,
skinny girl's diet, okay?
Right?
Just get a little sniff.
Just a little sniff. You know what I mean? Sometimes, maybe a little exactly. Sniff? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? It was more so like, I'm hungry, but not necessary for food. Okay, I need a little pick me up. You know, something to get me going through.
Yes.
You know, after a long day of silence and thinking of bleeding anuses.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm jazzed up now. I'm George Bush now. I'm also the anus person, but I'm also George Bush. So George is, I are jazzed up right now. And what we about to do when we're jazzed up? We about to get some chunks of dead hitchhiker. Yum, 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 yum. That's my real snack of the day. As George Bush.
Because what we clearly understand is that clearly it was laced at this point. It was definitely laced. But now the mission for sure has changed as a result. And so therefore, I will also say, just say no to drugs, kids, just, it's not worth it. It's not worth having desires of bleeding anuses and or try to procure chunks of dead hitchhikers. Yeah. But if you find yourself in that situation, then of course the next thing to do is continue getting really high because you're already there. You're already there.
Did you see that card before?
You're already there. So now we're only thinking about getting even higher because what's better than the first sniff? The second one. Absolutely. Oh my god.
That was so funny that looped back.
That was so crazy.
I think I like this version even more.
I do. That was a good one.
Yeah. Let us know what you like. I like the mystery of fucking even in our bio we just say we fuck around and you find out. But also we were fucking around and we also found out.
That is funny. Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. I've missed this game so much. And of course I've missed you. I haven't seen you in person in a while. So it's been nice. But
thank you. One of those things going by weekly that we don't see each other every other week now.
Yeah.
But it has been helpful, I think, and I think you guys probably see that now. I post a little bit more, having more conversations about now we're having the time to really figure out how to shape this thing very well and kind of get things to that next level. So definitely, appreciate you guys for rocking with us for 4 seasons in, still going, still growing, still
showing.
Yeah, you can say fucking around and finding out, you still so definitely thank y'all for the ride, man. It's been great, man. I love this. This is why we do this.
Yes, it's so fun. Honestly, I really would love to hear from people at home and if they play this in groups and what version you play and what you like from it and what you want us to try next. Give us a storyline, a headline. And we'll create a story of it. And whether you want it to be like this or you want us to do the old version, whatever. I'm down for any of it. I'm down for it too. So that was so fun. I think I'm going to put these here so it'll be like a...
Okay, what we didn't do stack?
Yeah, so we don't get that mixed in.
Okay, nice.
So we really can just continue with the rest of the deck. Yeah. But
that's fun. I'm sorry.
That was fun.
Kid crying. I was turning red. That was so funny. Okay.
And it was just... I love how you had all the under the influence cards and I had the in the ass cards.
Every time, ass and pieces was going around.
I know.
Wildly.
Yeah, my hands really knew my mind because
that Mason jar made me think about that old video went around back in the day.
Oh, my sister told me not to watch it, and I never did. But I saw a Reddit thread the other day where he was. I didn't know where this was going if I said yes, but someone was like, "Oh, I still have the video if you want it," but I was scared they were going to send me a link that was going to enter my phone.
Oh yeah, something crazy.
And it wasn't actually the link, and you know what we're thinking of if you think about 2 schmeros and 1 schmuck.
But I saw pretty much the same thing, like the video, because I was.
That's what you were talking about, right?
Well, yes, but I was looking for that one.
Yeah.
And ended up finding one that was more similar to what you took. That one.
Oh.
That meant, listen, that was a rabbit hole you shouldn't go down.
Yeah, I pictured it's like when you're like making an. Did you ever make an ice cream cone at any of the restaurants you've worked at? Like from the. I envisioned it like that, like shoving the ice cream up, and then swirling it around and like dipping it out, or like in a cup, I guess, like putting it up, and I don't know why I imagine like an ice cream poop machine.
That one I saw.
The going into the
horrible because let me just say that the glass broke.
That makes my whole body crawl. Oh my god.
It was great.
It's not worth prolapsing your organs.
It's not.
Or potentially bleeding internally.
It was not.
Nothing could get me off enough to want to bleed internally.
You know what I mean?
It could be 10,000 volts straight to the nipples, and I wouldn't want to bleed internally.
I sometimes just imagine what hospitals see sometimes. Like, what? I'm sure. I should get somebody from the hospital. You need somebody like been in ER. Like, I want some of those stories. Like, what?
If we have anyone that listens that works in a hospital specifically, more so at ER, and has any stories that they can tell and legally do it through.
Yes, right.
I think as long as you don't say who it is,
who,
you
what,
can, who, what, when, where, why, then you're fine.
Right.
But yeah, I would love to hear that.
That was so great.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an episode 2. Might look up some. If we don't get a doctor. That would be dope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All the mini doctors that watch us, I know we have the pick of the litter, so just one of you volunteer.
We'd love to have you on. You go live, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta come to the studio.
Exactly.
Unless you want to, you can hang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you're not shoving a mason jar in my anus. I will tell you that.
No, absolutely not.
So one thing off limits.
And you're definitely not taking my penis and twirling those Twizzlers.
twirling. Imagine if you just twirled it like that.
I don't know. Braided.
I imagine braided.
Oh, braided it.
I imagined it was like 3 hairs, basically.
Oh no.
Yeah, but what kind of imagery did this give you?
Right.
How do you imagine it when we told the story? We hope y'all had fun. Absolutely. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming back with us.
Yes.
And
that's all we got. Okay.
Yeah,
well.
Okay.
Love you.
Bye. I'm foaming at the mouth right now.
That's so great.